Welcome to my English podcast.
Learn, practice, and speak with confidence.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of my English podcast. I'm Max. I'm so happy you're here. Today, we have a super important topic. We will talk about healthy eating and nutrition awareness. We will explore meal planning and balanced diets.
Hi, friends. I'm Mia. Thank you for joining us. This episode is about good food, smart choices, and a balanced lifestyle. We'll also help you learn some great English vocabulary and phrases. It's going to be fun and helpful.
We also have a special guest today. Her name is Mrs. Tina. She is a nutrition expert, and she loves helping people eat better. She will explain some key nutrition ideas. She will also share useful English words and idioms. Welcome, Mrs. Tina.
Hello, Max. Hello, Mia. Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here. I love talking about healthy eating. I also love sharing English tips. This is going to be a wonderful chat.
Today, we will cover many things. We'll talk about meal planning, balanced diets, and how to include variety in your meals. We'll also share some fun personal stories. Plus, we have English words, phrases, and idioms to learn.
Yes, we want to help you eat better and improve your English at the same time. We will keep the conversation relaxed. Think of it like chatting with friends. Our sentences will be short, so you can follow easily.
We have a simple plan for today. First, we'll explore what healthy eating means. Then, we'll talk about meal planning ideas. We'll also share tips to make your diet more balanced. Throughout, I'll highlight some helpful English words. Finally, we'll do a summary and teach you a few key phrases.
So let's jump right in. We're excited to have you with us. Stick around because we'll share some great tips on healthy eating and English learning. Let's get started.
All right. The first big question: what is healthy eating? When people say healthy eating, sometimes it sounds complicated. It can also feel strict. Mrs. Tina, how do you explain healthy eating? Healthy eating simply means choosing foods that help your body. It's about finding balance. You want a mix of nutrients. This includes protein, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals, and water. It does not mean you can never eat sweets. It just means you focus mostly on foods that give your body the fuel it needs.
That's very helpful. Sometimes people think healthy eating means no fun foods at all. But as you said, balance is key. We can have treats sometimes, as long as we eat mostly good, nourishing foods.
Exactly. People often say, "You are what you eat." That's a common idiom. It means the quality of your diet will reflect in your health. When you eat well, you feel better. When you eat poorly, you may feel tired or unwell.
Yes, I felt that. If I have too much junk food, I feel slow and sluggish. It shows. So I guess that idiom, "you are what you eat," is quite literal in some ways.
It really can be. Let's also note an English tip here. The word sluggish means slow or lacking energy. It's useful when describing how you feel after a heavy meal or a day of poor food choices.
Sluggish, I sometimes feel that way after a big fast food burger. That is a great word for our listeners to learn. So healthy eating is about giving your body good fuel. It's not about strict rules. It's about balance and variety.
Let's talk about why nutrition awareness matters. Mrs. Tina, can you explain?
Yes, of course. Nutrition awareness means understanding what your body needs. It also means knowing how different foods affect you. For instance, fruits and vegetables give vitamins and minerals. Whole grains give fiber and long-lasting energy. Lean protein helps build muscles. When we know these basics, we make better food choices.
That's right. I also try to think about color on my plate. A plate with many colors often means different nutrients. For example, orange carrots, green broccoli, red bell peppers. This gives a good mix of vitamins.
That's a great approach, Mia. The phrase, "eat the rainbow," is another fun idiom in English. It's not literal, of course. It just means to eat colorful fruits and vegetables. Each color often has unique benefits.
That's a cool phrase. Eat the rainbow. It sounds fun and happy. I will remember that. Also, how about portion sizes? That's important, right?
Yes, portion size matters a lot. Even healthy foods can lead to weight gain if we eat too much. Awareness of how much you put on your plate is vital. Start with a moderate portion. If you're still hungry, you can add a bit more.
I used to eat huge portions. Then I felt stuffed and uncomfortable. I realized it was too much for me. Now, I try to serve myself smaller amounts. If I'm still hungry, I add more. This helps me not overeat.
I can relate. Sometimes I'm so hungry, I pile food on my plate. Then halfway through, I realize it's way too much. So portion control is key. Also, it helps reduce food waste.
Exactly. Food waste is a big problem. By being mindful of portions, we also respect our resources. So, yes, awareness is the first step to healthy eating. Know your needs. Know your foods. Keep things balanced and moderate.
Now let's dive into meal planning. Many people find it challenging. They don't know where to start. Mrs. Tina, do you have a simple way to plan meals?
Yes, meal planning does not have to be difficult. Start by looking at your week. Decide how many meals you need to prepare. Make a simple menu. Include protein, carbs, and vegetables in each meal. You can write it out in a planner or use an app. Then, create a shopping list based on that plan.
I love that idea. A shopping list keeps me organized. Otherwise, I buy random stuff. Then I come home and realize I can't make a complete meal. It's frustrating.
Yes, that used to happen to me. I'd grab snacks and forget real ingredients. Then I'd end up ordering takeout. Planning ahead really helps.
Absolutely. Another tip is to do some meal prep. Maybe on Sunday you cook a big batch of healthy foods like grilled chicken or beans. Then, during the week, you can mix and match. This saves time and energy.
I like that. Cook once, eat multiple times. That's a big help for busy people. Also, it makes healthy choices easier.
Yes, exactly. By having ready-to-eat healthy options, you avoid last-minute junk food choices. Let's introduce an English phrase here. A stitch in time saves 9. It means a small effort now saves you bigger problems later. Prepping meals is like that. It prevents panic and poor decisions later.
A stitch in time saves 9. Good phrase. It fits well. Plan a bit, and you save yourself a lot of trouble. Speaking of planning, do you suggest planning snacks too?
Yes, snacks can be part of a balanced plan. If you get hungry between meals, healthy snacks are great. Think fruit, yogurt, or nuts. Just watch the portion. A small handful of nuts is enough. Not an entire bag.
Guilty. Sometimes I eat a whole bag of nuts. That's a lot of calories. I have to remember portion control for snacks too.
Yes, nuts are healthy. But too many can lead to excess energy intake. Moderation is key. So when planning meals, also consider healthy snacks. Keep them simple.
Now we know we should include protein, carbs, and veggies. But can we get more specific, Mrs. Tina? What about the different kinds of protein or carbs?
Sure. Proteins can come from lean meats like chicken or turkey, fish, eggs, beans, lentils, tofu, or low-fat dairy. Carbs can be whole grains like brown rice, whole wheat bread, oatmeal, or quinoa. Vegetables can be anything from leafy greens to crunchy carrots. Also, don't forget healthy fats like avocados, olive oil, or nuts.
What if someone is vegetarian? How do they get enough protein?
Great question. Vegetarians can eat beans, lentils, chickpeas, tofu, tempeh, eggs if they are ovo-vegetarian, and dairy if they are lacto-vegetarian. There are many plant-based protein options. You just have to combine them properly. For example, beans with rice can make a complete protein profile.
That's good to know. Also, I hear a lot about fiber. Why is fiber important?
Fiber helps with digestion. It keeps you feeling full. It also supports a healthy gut. Foods like whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and beans are high in fiber. Fiber also helps control blood sugar and cholesterol. It's a key part of a balanced diet.
Wow, fiber does so many things. I'll try to include more high-fiber foods. What about sugar? People love sweet things, but sugar can be a problem, right?
Yes, sugar is tricky. Natural sugar in fruits or milk is not the problem. It's the added sugar in sweets, sodas, and processed foods that we must watch. Too much added sugar can lead to weight gain and health issues. A little is fine, but keep it in check.
So maybe switch soda for water or tea. Or skip the extra sugar in coffee. Small steps like that can help cut down on sugar.
Exactly. Also, read labels. Sometimes foods have hidden sugars. Pay attention to words like corn syrup, fructose, or sucrose. Those are forms of added sugar.
I see those words often. It's good to recognize them. Thanks for that tip.
Let's share some personal stories. Max, have you tried any meal planning strategies?
Yes, actually. I started planning my lunches for work. On Sundays, I cook a big pot of brown rice, chicken breast, and vegetables. I divide them into containers. Then each day, I grab one and go. It saves money, too. No more fast food lunches.
That's fantastic, Max. Meal prepping is a great strategy for busy people. It also removes the temptation to grab unhealthy options when you're in a hurry.
I do something similar for breakfast. I used to skip breakfast or eat a sugary muffin. Then I felt tired by mid-morning. Now I prepare overnight oats with fruit. It's ready when I wake up. It's healthy and quick.
Yes, overnight oats are wonderful. Oats are whole grains. They have fiber. Adding fruit gives natural sweetness and extra vitamins. It's a good start to the day.
I might try that. I love a simple breakfast. I just don't want to fuss in the morning. This sounds perfect.
It is. Plus, you can change it up. Some days you can add berries. Another day, bananas or peanut butter. You can keep it interesting.
That's great variety. Also, I love peanut butter, but I try not to go overboard. It's high in calories, right?
Yes, peanut butter can be calorie-dense, but it's full of healthy fats and protein. Just watch the serving size. A tablespoon or two is usually fine.
We keep hearing that word, moderation. So important. Everything in the right amount.
Absolutely. And that leads me to another English idiom. Too much of a good thing. Even healthy foods can be harmful if you eat too much. Moderation keeps it all in balance.
Sometimes people say healthy eating is expensive. Do you have any advice on that, Mrs. Tina?
Yes. It can seem expensive if you buy premium products. But there are many cost-friendly options. For example, frozen fruits and vegetables are often cheaper and still nutritious. Buying seasonal produce can also save money. And cooking at home is usually cheaper than eating out. I also look for sales and buy in bulk. Then I store things in the freezer. Dry beans and lentils are cheap and last a long time. They're super healthy too.
Yeah, I found big bags of brown rice at a discount store. It was a great deal. Now I have a steady supply for meals. Another challenge is time. People say cooking is time-consuming. Any tips? Yes, I understand. We're all busy. But remember, a stitch in time saves 9. If you set aside an hour or 2 on the weekend, you can prep ingredients, wash and chop vegetables, marinate chicken or tofu, cook a big batch of grains. During the week, just assemble and heat.
That's what helps me. I chop veggies ahead. Then, a stir fry takes just minutes. It's easy and quick.
I see how planning saves time in the long run. Another challenge is cravings. Sometimes we just want salty chips or sugary treats. How do we handle that?
Cravings are normal. Depriving yourself completely can lead to binging. It's okay to enjoy a small treat. One strategy is to choose a healthier version of your craving. For instance, bake your own sweet potato fries instead of buying deep-fried ones.
I tried that once. They were tasty and had much less oil. Another idea. If I crave chocolate, I eat a small piece of dark chocolate. It satisfies me, and I don't feel guilty afterward.
Exactly. Healthy eating is not about punishment. It's about balance. Enjoy your favorite foods in smaller portions or healthier forms. That way you don't feel deprived.
Mrs. Tina, can we do a quick recap of some new English words and phrases we've mentioned?
Of course. Let's list them. Sluggish, feeling slow or lacking energy. You are what you eat. Means your diet affects your health directly. Eat the rainbow. Encourages eating colorful fruits and veggies. Portion size, the amount of food served for one person. Meal prep, preparing meals or ingredients in advance. Fiber, a nutrient that helps digestion and keeps you full. Moderation, not too much, not too little. A stitch in time saves 9. A small effort now prevents bigger problems later. Calorie dense, foods high in calories relative to their weight or volume. Cravings, a strong desire for a specific type of food.
We also mentioned some specific words for sugar: corn syrup, fructose, sucrose. Those are added sugars. It's good to recognize them on ingredient lists.
Yes, reading labels is a vital skill. Vital means very important. So that's another word to note.
Great summary, Mrs. Tina. This helps our listeners remember the key words. Maybe we can also share a few useful phrases about healthy eating?
Sure. Here are a few. Balance is key. Means that the right mix or balance of things is essential. You can't outrun a bad diet. Means exercise alone cannot fix poor eating habits. Fuel your body. Encourages viewing food as energy for your body, rather than just pleasure.
Those are good ones. Listeners, try to use these phrases in your own English practice. It will help you remember them, and you'll sound more natural.
Let's share some practical meal ideas. I'll start with breakfast. Overnight oats with fruit is a great one. Another is scrambled eggs with spinach and whole wheat toast.
For lunch, I like a colorful salad. I might use lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, grilled chicken, and a simple olive oil dressing. It's light, but filling. If I need carbs, I add a whole wheat pita.
For dinner, try salmon with roasted vegetables and brown rice. Or a stir fry with tofu, broccoli, carrots, and a low-sodium sauce. You get a balance of protein, carbs, and vitamins.
Yum! These are making me hungry. I also love a quick bean soup with lots of veggies. Cook a big pot and have leftovers.
Yes, soup is a great meal prep option. It's warm and comforting, too. Sometimes I freeze portions of soup for a busy day.
Exactly. Soups, stews, and casseroles can be healthy if you use lean proteins, beans, vegetables, and whole grains. They also stretch your budget. One pot can feed you for days.
I enjoy that. One pot, minimal dishes. Perfect for lazy people like me. Also, I find that cooking more often helps me appreciate my food. I understand the effort behind it.
True. When we cook, we also become mindful of our choices. We pick fresh ingredients, use less salt, and so on.
Yes, home cooking is one of the best ways to take control of your nutrition. You know exactly what goes into your meals. You can adjust as needed.
Eating well affects more than just weight. It affects energy, mood, and even our skin, right?
Absolutely. A balanced diet can improve your mood, focus, and overall well-being. It's linked to better sleep too. When you lack nutrients, you might feel down or irritable.
I used to skip meals when I was busy. Then I felt anxious and tired. When I started eating regular, balanced meals, I noticed my mood got better. I felt calmer.
That's a perfect example. Our bodies need steady fuel. Skipping meals can lead to low blood sugar, which affects our brain and emotions. So yes, healthy eating is not just about looking good. It's about feeling good from the inside out.
I like that phrase, from the inside out. It reminds me that it's all connected. Physical health, mental health, and even emotional health. So many benefits from good nutrition.
Yes, absolutely. And now we all have the knowledge to make better choices. Let's keep learning more.
Before we move to our conclusion, let me share some more English expressions around food. Take it with a grain of salt. Means don't believe something is 100% true, be cautious. Spill the beans. Means to reveal a secret. Go bananas. Means to go crazy or become very excited. Of course, these are idiomatic. They're fun to use, but they're not literally about salt, beans, or bananas. They just add flavor to English conversation.
These are great. Listeners, remember, take it with a grain of salt is about caution, not actual salt on your meal. English is funny that way.
Yes, it is. And spill the beans is not about actual beans. It's about revealing secrets. It's fun to learn these. They make conversations more interesting.
Exactly. Feel free to practice them in your daily English. Just remember the context.
Okay, let's wrap up. We talked a lot about healthy eating, meal planning, and balanced diets. We learned that healthy eating is about balance and moderation. It's about including a variety of nutrients. We also talked about cooking at home, planning meals, and making better snack choices.
We also shared personal stories. We learned about meal prep, portion sizes, and overcoming challenges like cost, time, and cravings. We discovered helpful English phrases like, eat the rainbow, you are what you eat, and a stitch in time saves 9.
Yes, and we covered vocabulary like sluggish, fiber, and calorie dense. We also looked at label reading for hidden sugars like fructose or sucrose. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know, the better you can eat and speak English.
We hope you feel inspired to plan some healthy meals this week. Maybe try overnight oats for breakfast or cook a big pot of soup for dinner. Small changes add up.
Yes, and don't forget to practice the English words and phrases we introduced. Use them in your conversations. Learn their meanings well. Keep building your language skills.
I also suggest a little homework. Write down one meal plan for yourself. Include a breakfast, lunch, dinner, and maybe a snack. Use some of the ideas we shared. Then try it for a day. See how you feel.
That's a great challenge. Also, please share your experience in the comments. We love hearing from you. Tell us about your favorite healthy meal or your own meal prep ideas.
Yes, we want to hear from you. Also, don't forget to like this episode if you found it helpful. Subscribe to my English podcast so you never miss a new episode. And feel free to share it with friends who want to eat healthier or learn English.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed sharing nutrition tips and English vocabulary. I hope it helps everyone make positive changes.
Thank you, Mrs. Tina. Your advice was so clear and motivating. And thanks to all our listeners out there. Your support means so much to us. We're happy to have you in our podcast family.
Yes, thank you everyone. We appreciate every listen, every comment, and every share. Stay tuned for more fun and informative episodes. Next time, we might explore another exciting topic for you and your English practice.
Until then, take care, eat well, keep learning. And remember, small steps lead to big changes. We'll see you next time on My English Podcast. Bye for now.